Once upon a time, I was 20-something years old, had a degree in English literature. I was writing as a hobby, ready to make my mark on the world. And I wanted to see my Christian faith expressed through radical action. But I didn't see any opportunities for that at my church or anywhere I was aware of, so I just bailed. I boarded a bunch of buses and ended up in Central America, living in this tiny Salvadoran village in a house made of sticks. To get our drinking water, we'd walk 20 minutes down a ravine, stick a leaf in a crack in a rock, and the trickle it produced was all we had for the whole village. It was hard work, but in the evenings the weather would cool and we'd sit under a mango tree and read stories from the Bible by the light of a kerosene candle. And that's where I got fascinated with this idea that the Bible is all one big story. That fascination would never go away, but I also had some really urgent concerns. I'd been hospitalized twice with kidney problems resulting from our lack of water. All my neighbors, 20 out of 20 families in Tierra Nueva, had lost children in infancy. Ask moms why, and their answer was always just diarrhea. So I went on the road and I started telling stories at churches, in living rooms, classrooms, anywhere people would listen. I learned to drill water wells, raised money, trained some Salvadoran friends, and we started an organization that partners with churches, schools, clinics, and orphanages to help people gain access to safe drinking water. Suddenly, we were like disciples to whom God had given the power to heal. We'd found ourselves in the Bible's love story. Eventually, I moved back to the United States to help Living Water International do the same with others around the world. Back in the US, after a decade in Central America, it suddenly seemed like everyone, theologians, philosophers, and writers like N.T. Wright, Dallas Willard, Donald Miller, Rob Bell, Max Lucado, everyone was talking about the Bible as a story. But nobody was telling the story. Now, I was writing professionally by this time, so I decided to take a crack at telling Scripture's story in a fresh new way. I spent 7 years writing, rewriting, learning about Scripture's various settings in Africa, Asia, and Europe. I read about ancient Near Eastern culture, history, religion, warfare, Persia, Greece, Rome, Zoroastrianism, Greek mystery cults, and Roman imperial religion. I flew to Los Angeles and New York to learn about storytelling from screenwriting teachers. I applied those lessons to the Bible, and what emerged is the book I call The Butterflies in God's Stomach, the Bible's love story recomposed as a romantic adventure in poems and prose. It's a poetic novel that I've poured my heart into, and as an artist, that's so scary to say. But here's what was scarier: the failure to find ourselves in a love story. It's a failure that's already cost our relationships and our planet way too much. So I hope you'll go get the free download at butterfliesbook.com so we can explore this love story together and see what happens when the butterflies in God's stomach fly free.